Hi, I'm Sean. I feel sick to my stomach every single day. I wake up and I'm already sick every day for the last 4 years. I went to my friends for help because that's what you're supposed to do. My friends blew me off, treated me like shit, talked over me. When they didn't keep their word, they always got some excuse. But when those excuses only show up when it's time to keep your word, they are just excuses. Not one of the people who claimed that they spoke to the police on my behalf, not one of them has shown any proof of it. Not one of them can tell me what day. Not one of them can tell me what officer. They promised that they did. They promised they would, but then they didn't keep their word. And because they didn't keep their word, the violence continued. To this day, I have to take the abuse. A lot of the help that I need, I can't have because I get government assistance. Like, it would be nice to have the money to hire a lawyer and go through all this court crap. That'd sure be nice, but I need to spend my money on getting a safe place where I won't be victimized. All these people who tell me, "Oh, Schwartz, they can't treat you like you're mentally ill. You're not mentally ill." Yes, they can because you never fucking spoke up. You never spoke up. Not where it mattered anyway. All these people who couldn't tell me which officer they talked to, couldn't show me a copy of the report that they wrote about the abuse that I'm enduring, couldn't tell me which officer it is that they talked to. But I'm supposed to just believe them, right? The police aren't just going to believe me. They assumed my guilt from the start. And no matter what, I am assumed guilty because of the term mentally ill. I need y'all to put some pressure on your government. This takes a lot of money. In order to get that property in Colorado, I got to be able to have either a cistern or dig a well. I don't have the money for either one of those. They'll only allow me 14 days to camp there. See, that's why I wanted to get that property that was over by Trinidad. It's not within a township. You don't have to follow the same rules. But I don't have the money for that. Before Natalie died, I was going to buy this house here. I was going to buy it from Megan Christie. Megan's another one of those people who I was good to that threw me away when Natalie was killed. At first, she was sticking up for me. But then, just like everybody else, y'all thought that because I was cut off from communicating with you through Facebook and cut off from communicating with you through the phone, cut off from communication altogether, it means that, oh, well, there's no problem anymore. No, it was a much bigger problem because the police, law enforcement, and the courts allowed people to do whatever they wanted to me, and I wasn't allowed to speak up. My public pretenders would not do their job and actually took part in the fucking torture by repeatedly not showing up. That is psychological torture. You need their help. You need them to do their fucking jobs to stop the abuse. But they're not gonna. When I got that stuff from the public pretender's office in Arapahoe County, they did the same thing the lady up here in low income did. play fucking stupid until the statute of limitations is over. Oh, yeah, see, that's a great fucking idea, isn't it? Let's allow the predators access to all of the evidence and allow them to decide who it is that's allowed to see it or not. Like, oh yeah, this dude's a rapist, but he's the one with the rape video, and although he is working for the public, he is paid by taxpayer dollars, he's the one in charge of the evidence. He's the one that gets to decide, all right, so do we show the judge that I raped this woman, or do we hide the tape? And then there's protocols, like they say, hey, you know, you need to, if you got a problem with one of our officers, you got to bring it to me. Well, if I bring it to you, you tell me that you can't do anything, and then you immediately, Scott DaCosta, start to break the law to hide their wrongdoing. You knew that I was trying to turn in your officers, and you allowed Officer Hahn to repeatedly harass and threaten me. He just finally left a month ago. A month ago, after spending nearly 3 years trying to get a fucking court date with that son of a bitch. One of the tactics the cops will do is, and you can break the law or not break the law, it doesn't really matter. They just got to charge you with something, and then magically, it makes it okay that they did whatever they did. The help I need is for people to speak up. My friends, they've been just lip service for the last 3 goddamn years. All of them. Miss Peaches helping out people who threaten to fucking kill me is bullshit. She promised she was going to help me. I went to her for help repeatedly before Natalie was fucking killed. And after. Now, why did I go there? Because she promised to fucking help. But then I'm the bad guy when she doesn't keep her word. I need money, obviously. But I can't ask for money. If I ask for money, I get treated like shit. I'm sorry that it is so fucking expensive to be falsely accused. But that's how they were able to get me. They were able to cut me off from all of my resources when it made a fucking difference. They were able to abuse their power to prevent me from making reports against their officers. What were their officers doing to me? Assaulting me repeatedly. There are many inmates that I was locked up who saw these things. Cops are evil people. You can't be a good person and be a police officer. That's as simple as it fucking is. Even the nicest cop you know will yank a homeless person off of a fucking bench for sleeping. You guys blindly believe whatever the fucking cops tell you. You don't think to yourself, oh, well, you know, maybe this cop might be a racist. That fucking cop in Adams County that got busted raping somebody, 27 years on the fucking force. How many people did he rape in that 27 years? How many people tried to turn him in and were denied? How many women had to sit in jail for trying to turn him in? And we live in the United States where people don't give a shit about men. They give a shit about women. A man can go to prison for a woman's opinions, but he can have all the facts and all the evidence that it takes to prove that she's the one that belongs in prison, and nobody's going to fucking look at it. We need to pressure these motherfuckers to change the laws. Scott DaCosta said, oh, I'll never use the term mentally ill. I don't tell you you're mentally ill. Bitch, you treat me that way. Big fucking difference. Oh, I didn't say mentally ill. Bitch, you're giving me the mentally ill treatment. When I tried to turn in your fucking officers, you had me sent to Scotts Bluff. And those officers I was trying to turn in lied to those fucking people at the hospital. But meanwhile, people at the hospital don't listen to their patients either. I told all of those people, don't put those drugs in me. I need a police officer, not drugs. Meanwhile, none of these professionals are actually professional. That fucking crazy wingnut lady that I had to talk to when I was in the fucking jail in Scotts Bluff, holy shit, nobody should have to go through that. And then 5 months of abuse because she didn't want to do her fucking job. I need you to tell the fucking truth, bitch. Now, when it comes to money, there are rules and stipulations that prevent me from having enough money to defend myself. Something needs to be done about that. I have to live on a fixed income of $700 a month. Without the help that all of these people who are not autistic, these people get this help automatically because they have a family that gives a shit. Nobody in my family, other than myself, gives a shit about anybody but themselves. I've never molested anybody. I've never raped anybody, but I still got to get treated like that. I still have to deal with that because I wasn't allowed to defend myself to the public. I wasn't allowed to defend myself on these sleuth shows. I wasn't allowed to defend myself in court. I was not allowed to show evidence, and no matter what, they did everything in their power to manipulate the law and outright break the law in order to prevent me from showing that fucking evidence. The police conduct towards me over the last 4 years is the reason that I had to go to fucking alcoholics and meth addicts for help. I had to go to my predators for help because nobody else gave a shit. But then again, what did my predators do? Exactly the same thing that they had been doing before. There's a reason that Lanny Engelien and Amanda Engelien and Jerry Sparks and my dad and Candace Bondurant were out of my life. Now, although all of those people left my life at the same time, the only one who revisited bullshit upon me was Natalie. Jerry Sparks left me the fuck alone when I was done with her. Lanny Engelien left me alone when I was fucking done with her. When I was done with her bullshit, done with getting fucking ripped off, done with empty promises. Sean, if you help me move my books, I'll pay you $200. And I helped move them books, and what did I get? I got busted, broken crap that I didn't fucking need. But I had to pretend I was happy. I had to be grateful for that broken crap that I was given instead of that $200. But it's fine. See, that's the thing, is that people know they can take advantage of me and get away with it. And there's not a goddamn thing I can do about it because all they have to do is say he's mentally ill. Scott DaCosta, every time I try to talk to him about the situation, he interrupts me to make excuses for his officers. That shows me right there that he's not going to do his job. No matter how many nice, pretty things he says, when he starts immediately making excuses for his officers, just like Adam Greenman and all of the other officers here, they work together. Yeah, you want to help your buddies. You don't care that the person that your buddy fucked over is innocent. You don't care the person that your buddy did this shit to is a disabled American who is supposed to have rights, but you have not observed my rights. Then people want to tell me to do things that I've already done. Things that I started doing before Natalie was killed, because these are the things that I was promised. If I jump through these hoops, I will get help. I jumped through those hoops and I didn't get that help. I called those places and I didn't get that help. All they wanted me to do was fill out the sliding fee scale. You know what that means? It means all they want is money. That's all they're fucking interested is in your taxpayer dollars. Now, if I make too much money or have too much money, even if it's the money that the government sent me, then they take it all away. They take away my disability if I have enough money to defend myself in court. They take away all of my money and pretend I'm not disabled if I have enough money to hire a lawyer. I want you to think about that. I got a thing here. I know you guys were asking about how you can help me. I'm trying. I didn't have help with all this stuff until a couple of days ago, and now I might be able to set it up so that you guys can send something through PayPal, which a lot of people have been asking. When Natalie first died, there were two people that started GoFundMes. I needed someone to help me set up a GoFundMe before Natalie died. I'd been asking for help with that, begging for help with that, going to everybody who said they would help me with that, giving them all the money that I had for their empty fucking promises, and at the end of it, they weren't really my friends. So those two GoFundMes that were started at the beginning, Candace Bondurant. Now, either she lied to me when she said that the police were harassing her and she was afraid for her children, or she was actually telling the truth. In either event, I'm the one who ended up homeless. I'm the one who was abused repeatedly. Candace Bondurant and I got into an argument. We got into an argument over Officer Michael Beard. I said, hey, Michael Beard shouldn't have done those things, and I'm going to tell on him. This is after I got out of Clearview, and I was fucking homeless in Denver. It was fucking snowing like a motherfucker. And yeah, there was some cursing involved, but what did Candace Bondurant do? What every one of you fucking predators do. And yes, Candace Bondurant is a predator. If she wasn't a predator, she would have told the truth instead of lying to try to cover up her fucking bullshit. Every single one of these people who were pissed off that I recorded them and posted it on fucking YouTube and Facebook. I shouldn't have fucking had to do that. You should have done the right thing. You shouldn't have been a fucking coward. If you didn't want it out in public, you should have kept your word to help me get it in court. But you didn't. You fucking slandered my name and got away with it. You did not help me. When it came to these wingnuts fucking harassing me and threatening me and assaulting me, it was immediate. The Bollingers didn't have to beg people to harm me. All they had to do was slander my name, and people harmed me on their own. That's why people need to be allowed an honest day in court. They need to be allowed to face their accusers. If I am being assaulted by Tim Beeson over something that Alicia Bollinger said, then yes, Alicia Bollinger is fucking responsible for that. She abso-fucking-lutely is. And by law, might I add. By law, she is responsible. Y'all know about Adolf Hitler, right? Y'all know about the Nuremberg trials, right? Yeah, just doing your job is not a valid excuse. We'll still hang you. But then all of you fucking idiots who want to tell me, oh, the cops were just doing their jobs. No, they weren't. Covering up crimes is not their job. Committing crimes is not their job. Abusing disabled people is not their job. Lying outright repeatedly is not their job. Omitting evidence is not their job. Destroying evidence is not their job. Stealing evidence is not their job. What is their fucking job? To prey on the innocent, and that is it. That officer who went to your rich bitch house and talked to you like you was a rich bitch. Oh yeah, we'll help you out. We'll do whatever we can. But we'll get started on the investigation right away. That's how you guys get treated. Homeless person, though. You need to just man up. I got real police work to do. Homeless people don't fucking matter. And then all these people who wanted to pretend like they were going to help me, like Miss Peaches, she could have helped me. Instead of throwing me out into the fucking situation where I was repeatedly abused, she could have given me a fucking day to sit down and gather all the shit together that I've been trying to get her help with for a whole year before Natalie was fucking killed. Do you know why I allowed Candace Bondurant back in my life? Because I needed help, and she offered. Same thing with Lana. Same thing with Amanda. Same thing with Miss Jerry. Same thing with Candace. And I allowed them back into my life, and they did the same thing they did before. Candace, if Michael Beard didn't do those things, you shouldn't have said that he did. And if he did do those things, you need to come forward, you fucking coward. And then there's all these people who are wanting to fucking sit there and tell me about all their goddamn bullshit all the fucking time. And then when I start to speak, it's, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I listen to you, bitch, every fucking day. I don't want to listen to you bitching about Sandy Fromm. Tell her not to come back. If you have that much issue with Sandy Fromm, tell her not to come back. That's pretty fucking easy. You tell me, hey, you know, don't say nothing to nobody. Don't say nothing to nobody. Don't say nothing to nobody. Meanwhile, you're fucking talking trash. That's what you're doing. You know what the difference is between talking trash and actually doing something? You don't. You don't know the difference between talking trash and telling the truth. If you're an alcoholic who is an asshole, and I'm walking on eggshells because you're an alcoholic who's an asshole, I'm not a bad person. I know to walk on eggshells. So let's see if we can get this done. I know a lot of people aren't going to watch this video far enough to get this information, so I'll probably make one again. Hopefully a shorter video. Let's see. Minimize. I got 3 different accounts. I had to start other accounts in order to defend myself because I was being cut off from speaking. People were going through my Facebook and trying to destroy any evidence whatsoever. The worst one was Jamie Curtis of Rapid City, South Dakota. If James didn't beat her and he didn't put those big ass bruises on her, she shouldn't have told me that he did. Just like Candace, if Michael Beard did those things, then something needs to be done. If he didn't do those things, he shouldn't have lied about him. When these people got busted lying, they went out of their way to destroy my life. They went out of their way to harass me repeatedly with their friends. And it is a popularity contest. With Jamie, when she got busted lying, her and her friends made hundreds of harassing phone calls to me. But it's okay, isn't it? It's okay to threaten my life, isn't it? Because I'm called mentally ill. PayPal. Send money, pay online, or set up a merchant account. PayPal account. Let's see if we can figure out how to send money through this. Apparently, I have to accept cookies. These things happen because you allow them. All right, logged into PayPal. Um, Add my phone number. All right, now they have my phone number. Let's see if this works. Enter your confirmation code. Enter your code on the PayPal website. Oh, it didn't type it in. Uh, a lot of people are mad at me for defending myself. That's what they're mad at me about. Let's see. Um, Send and request, wallet. How does this request thing work? Um, all right, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. It says request money from anyone. Um, isn't there a way like that I could just give you the information? Like give you a routing number or something. It's yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't. I'm trying. I'm looking at the screen. It's not doing me any good, but a lot of that is that there are 40,000 options with these fucking computers. And if you got somebody who's been through it a bit, they can show you where some of that stuff is at. Otherwise, you end up clicking page after page after page after page. I don't have any contacts. It says create your profile. All right. Uh, I'm starting to get overwhelmed. They wants a picture. I don't have any pictures of me. I should take more selfies, I guess. Um, I guess I'll go to not now. That's an option. Create a more memorable link and share it to get paid. PayPal.me/ Sean Schwartz. Apparently that's taken. Dogged Roman. It's available. All right. Review your profile. Sean Schwartz, paypal.me/ Dogged Roman. I agree that my name, photo, username, email, and mobile can be shown to others to make it easier to find me on PayPal and to transact with me. And I agree to the terms and conditions and privacy policy. Agree and create. Your profile is live. You can manage your profile and add more info to it in your account settings. Share your paypal.me link and start receiving money from friends and customers. All right. I'm sharing it to my Facebook. Why the hell is it asking me to log in again? That's just weird. Oh shit. Now it's saying I entered an old password. Your password was changed about 9 months ago. If you don't remember making this change, click here. Um, Maybe that's it. All right, I did forget my password. Uh, I know there's some of you who are like, man, you're an idiot. You don't know what the hell you're doing. But that's, I guess I'll have it sent to email because they still have my old phone number, even though I changed it. Please check your email for a message with your code. Your code is 6 numbers long. All right. Oh, that didn't work. I had to click in it. All right. Now let's try it. All right. I got my new password made. Uh, Remember password. Next time you log in on this browser, just click your profile picture instead of typing a password. Okay, I can do that. All right. It was taking some doing, ain't it? All right. Now I'm trying to. All right. It says PayPal.me. Pay Sean Schwartz using PayPal.me. Go to PayPal.me/Dogged Roman and type in the amount. Since it's PayPal, it's easy and secure. Don't have a PayPal account? No worries. I've had a PayPal account for about 7 years or so. The problem is that the very first week after I got it set up, and I had to set it up myself, and I only got it set up by luck. I was paying a guy named Josh Hughes to help me, and he wasn't. He was just taking my money, spending it on alcohol and drugs for him and his girlfriend. The problem was that I couldn't get back into my PayPal account. It cost me about $600 for PayPal to fuck up. All right, it wasn't just PayPal. Wells Fargo fucked up too. But it didn't affect them any. They got to charge me extra money for fucking me over. And they got it set up so that the corporations can have court without you. It doesn't matter if you can go to court or not. If you can't afford to go to court, they don't fucking care. That's why you're preyed on. If you're too broke to jump through their hoops, you are exactly the person they want to have jumping through their hoops. Why is that? Because they can violate you. They can eat up all of your money jumping through hoops and then pretend like you're a villain because you don't have the money to take care of yourself now because you're busy jumping through those hoops. Candace Bondurant is by far the worst friend I've ever had. All right, now that we got that all set up, shut that shit down. Oh, people are typing. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you guys. There was nobody typing a few minutes ago, and I had to change over to another screen to see what the hell is going on. So I wasn't trying to ignore you. Elizabeth, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. Elizabeth Athenow typed, I really wish ignorant people would stop calling ASD a mental illness. I agree. But the reason that they do that is because they can get away with it. See, calling someone mentally ill automatically denotes in 99% of Americans that you're schizophrenic. You must be schizophrenic. And schizophrenic people must be violent. Meanwhile, people with mental disabilities are actually less likely to get violent than anyone else. Why is that? It's because they know they have no protection. Starcloak Starside typed, "Greetings. Hey, mate. I'm from Alaska. I heard your story on Rob Gavigan's channel and I immediately subscribed to you. I've got to plow the driveway, so I can't stay long. Stay strong, mate." You know, I did that for a lot of years, scooping snow. See, Gary Jepson, I started working for him when I was about 19, 18, somewhere around there. We'd get up at the butt crack early and we'd go scoop snow during the winter. During the summertime, it's a little different. During the summertime, that's when you get to do the fun stuff, tree cutting. That's my favorite job ever. Rob Gavigan, he's an entertainer. That's what his channel's about. There's a lot of people on Rob Gavigan's channel been giving me good wishes. Good wishes are nice. It'd be nice if I could communicate with them, but well, just like with every other place where my name was slandered and butchered repeatedly, I'm not allowed to speak. Other people can comment better. I can't. Rob Gavigan, he wasn't the first one to do that. The one you should really take a look at is Sword and Scale, episodes 109 and 110. That guy's name is Mike Boudet, and he knew what he was doing was wrong. Him and his coworker Josh. But it doesn't matter because I need help to show this, and nobody's going to look at it or listen to me as long as I have the mentally ill tag hanging over me. I need someone else to speak for me. Natalie's family are a bunch of fucking druggies. You know how druggies are. All of you in this country know how druggies are. You all know that they will try to turn around every fucked up thing they ever did to you and make it your fault. You already know that they're going to go to their druggy friends, and their druggy friends are going to make your life hell. What are the cops going to do about it? Well, that depends on whether or not you go in with me. That's what it's been all along. Someone needs to go in with me. And all these people who promised to go in with me and never kept their fucking word tell me, oh, well, my son broke his jaw. Well, that sucks. That does. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for your son. That was Aaron Cockerham, by the way. Now, her and Cara Mia, a.k.a. Cara Rogers, being busy fucking threatening each other. Yeah, here's two women in Florida threatening to kill each other over a situation that happened in Colorado with somebody that neither one of them has ever met. There were some people who were decent folks. But then again, they were expecting me to work with fucking crazy people. Tara Johnson Miles is nuttier than fucking squirrel turds. But you know who's even crazier than that? Tara Johnson Miles is pretty crazy. Cara Rogers is pretty fucking crazy. Lanny Engline's nuttier than fucking squirrel turds too. I had to deal with actual crazies because you guys want to pretend that I'm crazy. I tell you not to put those drugs in me because I have a history of having those drugs forced into me as a child. I already know what those drugs do. I already know how I react. And the doctors need to listen to me, not to the fucking cops. Literally, every time I tried to turn in the cops, I either got blown off or locked the fuck up. They press charges against me so they can drag me up to Scotts Bluff, and then they drop the charges so that I can't take them to court, so that I can't have my court date, so that I can't show evidence. I need people to fight for my rights. Otherwise, I don't have any. The term mentally ill can be used by anyone to harm me repeatedly. By the way, I liked Alaska. I've never stepped foot on Canada, but I was on the Yukon River. There's a little village called Eagle, and I was there, and I did launch an assault on Canada. The Yukon River, where Eagle, Alaska is less than 30 feet wide. It's easy to throw rocks. Yes, I threw rocks at Canada. Elizabeth Atheno typed, all I use is my Gmail or phone number and PayPal. Honestly, though, Cash App or Venmo are less expensive than PayPal. Well, if you were to come here in person and help me set up a Venmo or Cash App, that would help. But for me, trying to figure it out, I mean, I spent years trying to get back into my PayPal, years trying to get into something that I already had. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need some help with that. It's a good idea. I'm not telling you it's a bad idea. Ode of the Pleiades. Ah, Elizabeth Athenow, you are a historian and philosopher. You like the Greeks, do you? All right. I guess I better find a pencil to write down your information, Elizabeth. Um, but I'm gonna go down here to the other comments. Elizabeth typed, "Send me your link to PayPal. What is your Facebook name?" My Facebook name is Sean Schwartz. Um, I'll type that down for you. And yes, Dogged Roman. Let's see. Um, there's what's my name? Dogged Roman. Yes. She also typed, I have to get out to a testing site. I'll be sending you something tomorrow. Thank you, Elizabeth. You know, there's a lot of people that offered to help how I needed, but then they just ended up throwing money at me. It doesn't matter if you throw money at me, I still need your voice. If you guys offer to send me money, that's great. The ones that I'm mad at, I'm not mad at them for sending me money. I'm mad at them for not using their voice, for not keeping their word, for not going in with me. When you were called mentally ill or you are homeless, you need someone to go in with you when you talk to the police. Miss Peaches claimed that she went in with me. She never did. She never did. On the 29th of December, 2017, Miss Peaches didn't go in with me. She was never in the same room with me at any point in time. She took a different vehicle to the police station, went to a different room. Now, with all of this, I had been trying to tell Miss Peaches what was going on for over a year, but she just couldn't have it. She kept on telling me, well, I'll listen to you. We'll take a look at it. We'll work on it. And then I get there and we don't get to work on it because the kids are up. So I got to wait for the kids to bed. But I'm patient. So I wait for the kids to go to bed. And then once the kids are in bed, Miss Peaches and Raja get down and start playing video games. Well, why did I waste my time coming over here? You said you were at a pot, and if I got you some pot, it would help. I bought the pot. I bought the pot because you wanted it, because you would help me if I bought that pot, and I bought that pot. Just like, well, over at Tabitha Michelle Cook's house, same thing. I'm not allowed to defend myself, folks. I'm not allowed to speak up on my own behalf. I'm not allowed to show evidence. My Facebook is full of police officers treating me like shit, full of police officers playing fucking stupid. It's full of people who work for the government playing stupid. And every person who works for the government knows how to do this. You guys go back and you listen to the phone calls between myself and Dave. Dave, I wonder if his last name is Jepson. I know he's related to the Jepsons, but I don't know if that's his last name. But I spoke with Dave about my paperwork. I spoke with Cindy Taylor about my paperwork. I spoke to her boss about my paperwork. But when you were called mentally ill, these people only want your money. All they're after is a goddamn paycheck. They will pretend just enough to get that goddamn paycheck. If it's just you. When you are called mentally ill, you need someone to protect you immediately. Because if you are called mentally ill, you are the most victimized peoples in America. If you are called mentally ill and you're homeless, you fit the two largest groups of people murdered by police. Let's see. PayPal got me / Dogged Roman. Right. I'm going to end this stream now because I got shit to do. Fuck, I hate my life.